You know what they're saying about first impressions, right? You only make a first impression once. So the question I have for you today is, what kind of impression are you making with your website? Because let's face it, today's patients are more than ever inundated with messages. There are so many people out there trying to help them. They're trying to vie for their attention. So the question is, how can you stand out from the noise with a website that clearly articulates what kind of results you can help your patients obtain. And this is one of the mistakes that we see with a lot of practitioners' websites, that the copy is typically inward centric. It's really only appealing to buyers that are ready to transact with you right now. And so the information that on these brochure style website that you usually find there is information about services, about pricing, about patient forms, how to serve patients, but it does very little to actually put your message out there. It's like, what kind of patients do we serve in the first place, and why are we the best place in our community to serve as a go-to practitioner for a certain condition? So that's really the key that your website needs to communicate. And so for us, attracting patients is very similar to dating. What's the goal when you try to date? Well, the goal is to get to a first date so that you can get to a second, to a third, etc. date, right? And so what happens? How do you get to a first date? Well, the answer is really three things. Number one, you have to look the part, and that is really dependent on, what they are looking for, not what you as a practitioner think you need to be presenting. And then number two, you have to say the right things. So again, you can't just be talking about yourself. That would be really bad etiquette. You really have to engage them into the conversation, because ultimately your website visitors are only motivated by one thing: what's in it for me, right? And then number three, you need to get their contact information. And we know that it takes about 7 to 10 touch points to go from a no, not right now, to a yes. And you have to earn that right to get to a yes, to get them into a phone consultation where you can maybe talk to them one-on-one about what it is that you could help them with. So what we need there is a nurture sequence, ideally with videos, and we need lead magnets to attract people onto that email sequence. And so again, whether you have a website that's, been around for a while or just recently, I'm happy to sort of chime in and review your website and see how we may be able to help you up-level your game. So chime in the comments below this video. I'm in, or chime in website review, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay?